Hi everyone, a very good afternoon to you all and welcome to our channel again. So in this video I'm going to talk about a severe form of addiction, and which is also a very rare kind of addiction, that is kleptomania. And kleptomania is also called an impulse disorder. It's a form of a compulsive behavior or a compulsive activity that can happen to anyone, and it's not there's not a typical kind of age range that we can determine that a particular person is kleptomaniac. So let's talk about what this kleptomania is. Kleptomania is a form of an impulse disorder where the person has impulsive thought of stealing something from particular shops or markets or supermarkets or malls that he has been visiting to. And it's not like that a particular man is suffering from kleptomania. No, even a girl, even a lady, even an elder citizen can also suffer from kleptomania. So kleptomania is a compulsive behavior where the person tries to control his habit of shoplifting. That is the common word we tell it, but he or she is unable to control his behavior and ends up lifting the shops and running away. In several cases, what we believe is that there's a person, suppose there's a man named XYZ, and the man is from a rich family, he has lots of wealth, he's from a prosperous background, he has got good academic history, but he's unable to control his habit. He's unable to stop his shoplifting behavior. There are so many examples of big celebrities, of well-known personalities suffering from this disorder. So let's talk about the major symptom that any kleptomaniac person has when he or she suffers from this impulse disorder. The one is irrational assumption. Irrational assumptions like these kleptomaniac individuals do not have proper link up with their brain, with their thought, and they do have illogical thinking, unreasonable thoughts that generally control their mind. That's why they do not know that shoplifting and stealing or a robbery is that immoral activity that one should not be acting it upon. But this illogical thinking have so much control over them. They are those lingering thoughts that they cannot act beyond it. It's like these are compulsive activities that they have to carry out. So let me define you this little bit of obsession and compulsion. I will be describing it in my later videos too, but just a small sum up right now. Obsession is any form of illogical thought that hovers around a person's mind, and compulsions are the activities that the person carries out in order to block those obsession that the person has. So generally it's like those kleptomaniac individuals have so many illogical obsessions on them, and they carry out compulsive behavior in order to block out those obsessive thoughts. So another symptom is kleptomaniac individuals do not have good concentrating ability. It's like they have their lingering thought, they are very restless, and it's like they do not have a calm nature upon them, and what they do is they cannot concentrate properly on their work or on their any kind of activities that they carry out. After this, and these symptoms vary according to person. Some people, some kleptomaniac may already be a substance abuser, or some might not be substance abusers, some might have a well life, they look healthy, they're not into drugs, they're not any substance abuser, but they might be kleptomaniac inside. So let's talk about what are the causes of kleptomania. It might be either genetic, these are the genes that our parents gift us, and twin studies and family studies that I have been talking so much in my earlier videos, that monozygotic twins and dizygotic twins. It's like monozygotic twin, if any one twin has this problem of kleptomania, then another twin might have around 70 to 80% of chance of getting it from their twin. Whereas the dizygotic twin, if a twin has kleptomania, then another twin might have around 10 to 20% of chance, which is very minimal chance in dizygotic twin. And psychology claims that generally first degree relatives are so much prone to getting on the wrong genes when it comes to disease and illness. But right now I'm not talking about illness, I'm not talking about any form of dysfunction. This is just a small form of behavioral error that can be omitted. Now, after talking about symptoms and causes, now let's move on to treatment. Let me tell you one thing. We do not have a specific kind of medication for kleptomania because it is an impulse or compulsive behavior, and we do not assign medicines to those who have wrong kind of behavior. So what we have is, according to behavioral perspective, we have behavioral modification technique. So behavioral modification technique, what this technique does is, it radically attacks the wrong behavior and tries to bend it. And we also have other behavioral modification technique according to cognitive perspective. According to Aaron Beck and Ellis, we have cognitive behavioral therapy, also synonymous to rational emotive behavior therapy. So what does this do is, it breaks the chain of thought that lingers over the client's mind. It radically omits this chain of thought that the person has. And what REBT and CBT does is, it modifies the wrong behavior and tries to put it in place. So what I want to say is, there are so many instances in our society that there are so many people, and what we stigmatize them is that he or she belong to a good family, but why do they shoplift in market, or why do they run away by taking others' thing? No, I don't want to generalize it. Yes, the person might be poor, or yes, the person might be criminal in some cases, but it's not the same case with everyone. Not everyone is from the poor background. Not everyone is from that concept of killing and robbery. And let me tell you one thing, value of money does not matter when the person is kleptomaniac. If a person is suffering from kleptomania, it's not like he is always going to the gold store and he is always going to pick up that golden jewelry and he will run away. No, it's not going to happen. If I am kleptomaniac, what I will do is, I will go to a particular store and I might even take one small chocolate worth 1 rupee. It does not matter. The value of money is so much minimal when a person is suffering from kleptomania. What matters the most is, the person has to take something and run away. At least he has to. And generally, those who are kleptomaniac, what do they do with those stolen objects? They take those stolen objects and then they go to their home and they have a different kind of corner section where they hoard. They start hoarding all those things that they have been shoplifting, that they have been stealing. And if we ever go to any kleptomaniac house and go to that corner section and try to look over what is in their corner section, then we are not going to find out any valuable object. There can be small stones or small kind of earrings or chocolates or packet of biscuits, economical items I'm talking about. So, the main theme of this video is that we got to learn some major factors that a person might be driving himself to kleptomania. And if we have anyone around us who needs serious help, then what we have to do is take him to a proper center where behavioral modification technique run, so that the person will have a good chance to live his life properly. So this much for today. Have a nice day.